free to approach the bench. Yeah, approach the bench. Very excited to introduce to you Shannon Sirpilla, candidate for city administrator.
Hi, welcome to Adrian.
Hi.
I am the maker of Easy Sort Keith, and we're just gonna all go through and identify ourselves before we start asking questions.
Okay.
Good things up.
Hi.
Mary Robbins.
Hi, Mary.
Eric Tucker.
Hey.
Matt Schwartz. Chip Moore.
And we will start the questions with Commissioner Moore.
Okay.
Adrian is focused on blight redevelopment. Describe your experience with similar initiatives and how you would approach blight elimination and attracting businesses to strengthen our tax base and economy.
Okay, let me make sure this microphone's at the right level. I don't have a loud voice. So in my current role, I serve on the Gladwin County Land Bank Authority. We have taken blighted properties and purchased them or acquired them per se, depending on the situation, and demolished and sold for redevelopment. We've tied 2-year redevelopment agreements to the sales of any property. This is a new thing that we've started because it's not about expanding your backyard at this point. You can't make more land. You have to show that you have an investment in this community. So on the land bank, I've assisted in that capacity, and currently in the city, we are revamping our zoning and our ordinances because blight, it was different 20, 30, 40 years ago. Those ordinances are outdated. Blight is new blight is new blight. Regardless of how you look at it, some people look at things as these are my treasures. Some people don't see them as treasures. So we are readdressing our ordinances to realign with today's blight. And we've been working with businesses to secure, we secured an agreement with DG Market. And mind you, this is a very rural community. Walmart can't fit. We don't have enough space for it. We don't have the capacity for it, right? So DG Market come into town with their smaller size, smaller scale grocery store. We got a lot of pushback from the community, but if it meets zoning, you can't disallow it. That's against the law. And now that we have another new anchor in town that's bringing, Big B is looking to come into the town. Like I said, it's a small rural community over 1 square mile. You can only fit what you can fit. So we have been doing land division. I'm also a property tax assessor, but not in our city, just alongside of another municipality. And so I know the Land Division Act. I know how far we can go and what properties can be subdivided and how many times they can be cut. We're working on a couple of properties that the city owns. We're not realtors. We should not own properties. So, like I said, we're tying redevelopment agreements to all of these properties. If you do not redevelop that land within 2 years, we buy it back for what you paid for it. So far, Friday, I closed on 2 properties, paid $10,000 for it was one property one time, paid $10,000 for it. Had the assessor split it into 2, sold it on Friday to a developer for 2 new homes on 1 street. And 2 years, she has to have them developed. She's already breaking ground today, and we signed on Friday. So economic development is very important in every community because, like I said, we can't make more land. Got a couple of ideas for Santa Heights University, but we'll come to that later. Yep.
How do you translate the commission's priorities into clear and achievable mandates for staff? Describe your experience with strategic planning and taking a broad plan and implementing that into specific tasks for staff.
Okay, so every city has its master plan. There's a Parks and Rec plan. I believe this City Adrian's currently going through a revamp for their Parks and Rec plan. Master plan dictates what the city's goals and achievements are. You meet with the commissioners. If the commissioner has a specific wants, needs, or goals, identify that in the master plan. where does that fall within the master plan? Is it a benefit? Is it a benefit for all? I'm a Rotarian, so I'm looking at different ways that we serve our people. It's service above self, right? So I need to know who's benefiting, how many people are benefiting? Is this the benefit of all, or is it just one person's personal mission? I need to know the logistics and the background of it, so I would meet with that commissioner to find out what the end goal is.
Describe a time when you had to make budget cuts. What was the process you used to determine the items that were reduced? And how did you build capacity with your department, public, and community in the process?
So I am the finance director because it's a small city. So I find different ways to not only make minor cuts, like it's a cause and effect cut. If I cut something over here, what's going to be affected over here? So I have to figure out cause and effect, right? I also find different ways to increase our revenues. I submitted for proposals to, well, we only have one local bank in the little city of Beaverton, but they're not local anymore. It's Huntington. And other banks outside of the city of Beaverton. I said, what can you do for the city of Beaverton? I came in here and they're paying $500 a month to have a bank account. No interest. So these proposals come back and they're very aggressive, and I'm like, well, can you do better than that? So as of today, they're generating anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 a month interest. They were paying $500 a month for interest, or for just to have a bank account open. So I'm like, that's unacceptable. I know they don't have a lot of money. It's only $1 million just sitting there in the bank. It's up to 2 million today. Tomorrow it's 1 million because I'm cycling about 30 million in grants right now. So I have a lot of money that gets tied up and spent and back and forth in and out of the accounts. But in the meantime, last year alone, it was close to $30,000 in interest revenues. So I look at what's for the benefit of the residents, the taxpayers, the people who are the reason we're here today.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Describe a time when a city project you were working on faced significant public opposition or political pressure. How did you address the concerns while keeping the project on track?
That happens, believe it or not. Everybody knows what's best. Um, so we currently have a lake dredging project. It's been in the works for a couple of years now. It's about a $3.2 million project, grant funded, mind you. It's got some RCPP funding, which is dollar for dollar reimbursement, and then there's MEDC funding, CDBG, disaster relief recovery. We're the last dam standing on the chain of lakes in Gladwin County. Our hydro dam did not fail. Thank God. So everybody wanted to throw chemicals in the water. I need to treat these weeds. I need these weeds out of the water. And we're like, just hold tight. We're working on a dredging project. Well, I want to swim in my lake today. We're old. We're not going to live tomorrow. I don't want to hear that. Unfortunately, I'm like, I said, we need to be concerned about the health of the lake. You treating the weeds in front of your dock is going to change my feasibility study. When they're doing testing of the waterways and they determine what's in the water and what needs to be treated to eliminate that, your chemicals are going to interfere with my test results. So I had to stop that. I had a town hall meeting. I said, listen, I understand that you want to swim in your lake waters. I get it. We all enjoy the waters. And so you can't throw chemicals in there because it's going to give them some bad data. And in order to get the proper data, we need the lake the way it stands. And the only reason we got these funds was because the disaster recovery, because of all the other dams that failed, all the sludge came down into our lake. So we held town hall meetings. I host current projects platform. I'm also the web administrator. So I host current projects platform on our website. I keep them up to date. They can actually go out there and ask questions. I also do Let me see what else. Sorry, I had to write things down, my memory. I do keep them updated on social media. I send out surveys and whatnot. My social media, and some people see differently. My social media does not allow for commenting because it's for information, not conversation. I try to push it out, and everybody handles their social media differently. It brings down the morale. Like I want my information shared. And if you're just putting a comment on my social media, you're not sharing my information. I need my information shared. You can share it with your comments and your concerns. You can reach out to my city hall. I have QR codes on my business card and I pass those out. I'm like, hey, if you need to just, send me a message, you just right here. I keep myself open and available. Um, it calmed down the community. The morale has gone up now that everybody's not seeing all that negativity coming back on my posts because we're doing everything and we have a small we are capacity limited, okay? We have me, the clerk, the treasurer, and I have a paid college intern because I solicited funding from Treasury and she's doing a phenomenal job. I've taught her how to man the website in several different ways. And we've gotten a lot more rapport and community outreach. And because we are transparent, my door's always open. People get a little frustrated because I'll be in a Zoom and all of a sudden my door will start sliding closed. But we do a lot of community. I'm out in the community because I'm currently a renter in Beaverton because there's no homes to buy. So and I'm also looking for my next home. But yeah, we keep our communication lines open. I serve on many boards and capacities within the county and the region because I'm also the treasurer for Eastern Michigan Council of Governance. And they're assisting us in so many different ways. Um, but yeah, communication. Sorry. Long story short.
Thank you.
Yep.
In your research of Adrian, what are the current concerns that you feel need to be managed the moment you start if given this position?
Okay. This is where I'm coming back to the Siena Heights University, and I hope you guys have some type of good working relationship with the sisters. I think you do. Maybe you, I don't know. So first of all, Siena Heights University, I see they're soliciting proposals of the next big thing. Um, the reason I would like to get with them and understand what their needs are because your master plan comes under review next year. And if you're going to rezone for future land use, it's in that master plan. You're not going to, it's a whole ordeal if you do it after the master plan. So you're positioned just right for this. My thoughts and ideas are to make that a PUD for planned unit development. You could potentially put so there's two different ways to swing some money on this for them, for the institution, not for the city, but it could also benefit the city at the same time. If they were to entertain senior housing community and childcare facility, you could swing in MEDC funding, brownfield TIF development, and MISHDA, because you got funding from all different sources. That right there would position the next developer for that property perfectly. And from what I've understood and what I've researched, as much as I can research, right? This is what I do. The infrastructure is in healthy working order. And that is a big benefit for that institution right now. It's unfortunate that it happened, but timing is everything right now. And I worked in higher education for 14 years. I look at the numbers. When I worked at Oakland University during my tenure there, 20,000 students. Today, 16,000. Another school is not coming here, unfortunately. It's scary. It's scary times for the schools. I was approached by another school to come work for them recently. It's scary. So in that capacity, I think that would be something that they should probably look at entertaining or considering, because it would save the developer a ton of money, and it would, if you can open up senior housing, you're gonna open up some houses and then I can buy one. Or I could find one. I have I have my eyes on a few right now unless they get sold tomorrow. I have my pre-approval. I'm ready to move.
Describe your experience of creating and managing municipal budgets. How big was the budget and was the budget growing or shrinking? Over your time with that municipality, were you able to grow the fund balance or grow the deficit?
Wow, that's a tricky question because when I started my position, they were $768,000 in the deficit. Which was the rubbish fund of all funds. My predecessors, I'll say, they've been through some city managers as well. Um, spent extra, oh, it's AI going on up there. Sorry. They spent some extra money from buckets of funds that they should not have been. So when when we receive these grant funds, most of these grant funds come attached with administration dollars. And each time I've gotten additional administration dollars for my time, my clerk's time, my treasurer's time, my DPW's time. I also divvied up some funds for a DDA director. A town that size doesn't have a DDA director, but we do. Um, so anyways, what I had to do is, as I'm receiving these administration dollars, they go strictly towards that deficit. I don't care if we break even at $5,000 at the end of the year. We're paying down that deficit. I've been there close to 3 years. This will be my third budget that was just adopted on Monday last week. $268,000 deficit from 768. So I think we're doing pretty good at addressing numbers. I know it's not just about numbers and budget numbers, but I run revenue expenditure reports on a monthly. I'm the one in charge of that budget. That's my accountability, right? My clerk is the one paying the bills. My treasurer is the one bringing in the revenues. Where's my hydro fund money? I know we had a lot of rain last month. Where's my money? You know what, my contacts over at Consumers Energy, like, when are we getting paid? So, mhm.
Given our history with transitions, explain why you think, you have the capacity to last as the city administrator.
I'm looking to grow and live and thrive in a larger community. I love the walkability. I know it's a bad thing for a lot of people. They're not happy about the tunnel, the pathway. I'm excited about it. I tell you what, it's bringing me here. I'm single. I don't have any children, so I'm not uprooting anybody, but I'm also not feeding your school. Sorry. Um, but I have a son and his wife who are active duty military in Lansing with a child. I have a grandson who's 7. He'll be 7 in a few weeks. Um, so um, I feel like I have the capacity because I don't have any outside. I'm unbiased, by the way, because I don't know you. But I have the capacity because I live alone. I work, breathe. I'm married to my work, which is why I'm not married anymore. But I spend a lot of my time. They say work-life balance. I was at a Rotary presidential elect not too long ago, and I heard something there, and it made a lot of sense. Or I'm like, work-life balance. There's just no balance. They're like, no, it's not. It's work-life harmony. I'm a music critic. I should know that. So I feel like I have the capacity. I've planted sod at our Rotary Splash Park in Beaverton. I water flowers. I planted flowers. I've been up in a bucket trucks changing out light bulbs. It's really community oriented, and I see there's a lot of passion in this community, and I love passion. Tell me what makes you tick. Tell me what you're not seeing that should be done, and why should it be done. I'm a listener to understand. So
What research have you done on Adrian's strength, challenges, demographics, and my question disappeared on it. And now, why are you specifically interested in leaving Adrian?
I'm gonna be honest, because that's all I can be, because I can't remember anything that's not. I had somebody reach out to me on my LinkedIn account asking if it would be something I'd be interested in, and I'm like, I don't know. So I started doing some research, and I'm like, there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential here. I am not looking to fill a seat and put a Band-Aid on anything. I'm looking to fill a seat and stay here for the long run. I'm 49 years old. I got plenty of working years behind or ahead of me, right? So I feel like I could really assist in a few projects. One of them being, I know I've worked in cities I've worked in and cities I haven't worked in. I see the water. It's always water. Everything's water. Nobody wants to address the root cause or whatever it may be. I worked in the city of Flint during the water crisis. I don't have Legionnaire's disease, thankfully. But I don't know. I feel like it's a place that I could build and grow into, and that's what I've been looking to do. And it's a good sized city. I grew up in the city of Pontiac. It's a larger city than here. Rough city. I mean, you don't get to pick where you grow up, right? But you can pick where you continue the rest of your career. And I pick here.
Can you describe a time when you had to navigate community resistance to a proposed project or policy? How did you build community support?
Oh boy, let's see. Policy. um, can you use that in a sentence? So I my platform is usually communication, it's usually web-based. I've had to send out mailings. I hate spending money on the cost of mail. I'm a penny pincher. But my goal is I'm seen, I'm visible, I'm out in the community. Anytime there's an issue, I address it, but I want to know why there's an issue. I want to know the underlying cause of that issue. So we've had to develop a lot of policies and procedures in the city of Beaverton. Well, I have, and the council adopts them based on what I've recommended because they know I've done the research, they know I've done the homework. Like a purchasing policy or a fund balance policy for overspending. It's not going to keep somebody honest, but it'll hold them accountable, and that's the important part. So we've ethics policy. Oh, don't get me started on ethics. So I've had to address several different policies within, but I've also had to address, I'm also the zoning administrator, credentialed through MSU Extension and master citizen planner as well. And so there's policy outside of the office when it comes down to why can't I have, I'll just say it, why can't I have chickens in my backyard? Because there's a backyard chickens. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there was a lot of pushback from the community because everybody wanted them. Like I said, ordinances, some of them are old, some of them need to be revised. Ours won the case in court. It put that to rest. We don't like to go to court, but when 90% of the population are coming to me against it, well then the ordinance stands. It's basically a power of the people, right?
How do you define the appropriate relationship between the city administrator and individual commissioners? How would you handle a commissioner attempting to direct staff outside of the established chairs?
Well, the city charter typically addresses who the chain of command, your who's in charge, and overall who addresses staff and who doesn't address staff. I guess I would have to go back to what does the policy say? What does the procedure say? What does the city charter say? And understand why that person is addressing them in that manner. That happens in every city. I've seen it. Sometimes it's unknowingly, like they just happen to see somebody and said, "Hey, can you, why isn't this done?" Sometimes it's unknowingly, right? Because they just happen to see him in public. It's a rather community-centered community, right? So I think I would just my staff in general would just have to say, well, take that up with the city administrator because that's above their, some people say above my pay grade, but but I just have to address it with them and say maybe they unknowingly did it. It was unintentional, right? I like to hear what other people have to say. I don't want to assume automatically. I listen to understand, not respond.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Even faces aging infrastructure needs. How do you prioritize capital improvement projects when available funding falls short of identified needs? Examples might be the pool, our aging water system, our Kiwanis Trail and bridges, our winter street development.
First of all, we need to find out what has been postponing the maintenance of a pool, or like why was the maintenance being put off and put aside? Was there a specific budget set for it originally? Um, but like I said, I'm administering about 30 million in grants right now. So my first go-to is you have your Sparks grant, which is recreation and outdoor activity. Could fall under that. Could fall, I mean, there's several different types of grants. Michigan's DNR grants. If you haven't had one in 5 years, maybe you have, I don't know. What does your Parks and Rec plan say? Does your Parks and Rec plan address that the pool? Does it identify it as a um I did see on social media, I'll admit, I saw it on social media about the pool. Social media is just crazy. But what does the Parks and Rec plan say? Does it say that's a staple in your community? Why wasn't it maintained and I mean, we would just have to find ways to, if that is something that your residents are completely passionate about, there's crowdfunding. We did it for our Rotary Splash Park. Got about $200,000 in crowdfunding for our splash park. We didn't have money for a splash park, but the Rotarians, they wanted to make it happen, and they made it happen in our city. But I mean, there's different ways to secure funding, and like I said, you have a lot of passionate residents. They want to see these things. I want to see a pool. I love pools. Probably don't want to see me in the pool, but I like pools. Yep, your microphone went out.
Thank you. What experience do you have with municipal water systems, and what approach would you use to lead the commission in sitting through and helping to address some concerns?
All right, this is where I shine. I'm currently administering a $10.3 million, 100% funded Eagle grant opportunity that I signed the grant agreement on as soon as I took my position. Working with engineers, and my water tower, I have pictures of it. I'm so proud. The water tower is half done. It's already been constructed out west, and then they ship it all here and they reassemble it. So I get a brand new water tower. I've increased capacity because I am helping them increase residents and businesses. So we increased capacity from 200,000 gallons to 300,000. That's substantial for a 1 square mile community. We're getting new water lines, water mains, water meters, and the tower, all of it, completely from the ground up. Everybody's been wanting the streets redone for the past 3 years. I'm telling, just wait, because we are not ripping up that street after I put money into it. And so here we are today. I did a joint venture with the water project. So a street that was going to cost me about 120,000 is now only going to cost me 60,000. So now I can focus on some other streets, right? I'm going to redirect that funding. The best things come to those who wait. We don't make knee-jerk reactions under my under my administration. That's what got that city in a lot of trouble in the previous years, knee-jerk reactions. So not only do I have that going for me, but I also met with the legislature in Lansing about 2 months ago. I went down to testify for a $450,000 legislative earmark. It's so far past the House, it's off to the Senate, and if any luck, it hits the governor's desk. I am, I'll say bipartisan. It's not about the party, it's about the purpose. It's about the people. I, I, I hate that whole party playing thing. It's like saying all white people are the same. No, we're not. So I've been addressing the water situation, and I've also was a part of my first tenure in Beaverton. Um, we had a Saint Gobain did a expansion, kind of like Adrian Steele's doing right now. That just announced what 2 months ago. There's an opportunity for water infrastructure here because of that expansion. I don't know. I hope somebody, if I'm not the chosen one today, I hope somebody reaches out to me and I will give them my card. The EDA. So you go to eda.gov for Economic Development Authority. Saint Gobain announced a big expansion, increase of jobs. So the EDA says, we'll help you with your capacity. Well, a steel factory has fire suppression, and that's a big strain on your water system, right? So the fire suppression, so it brings down it increases your capacity, increases or strains your pressure. So now EDA will help fund water infrastructure. So with that being said, in 2020, they supported that movement to construct a water treatment facility. They've never had a water treatment facility. They had brown water. Today, I finalized that grant in 2023 upon my arrival as well. The water treatment facility was constructed, the industrial park was expanded. We utilized those funds. They got state funding, kind of like Adrian's getting some state support. That's going to be some match dollars. So you could just go to the EDA, work with your economic development here. You got Lenawee now, right? You got your economic development over here, and you're the county seat. Got to use your resources, right? So anyways, it was a $5 million investment from the EDA. And so today, as of 2 years in the works now, I can pull the back of a toilet tank off and it's clear. It's amazing. It's not brown. The back of the tank should always be clear.
How do you intend to create a team environment that focuses on what's best for the city and not personal or private agendas?
Well, that's in every city, but I'm a positive thinker. I like to think that nobody has bad intentions. I want to know who their ideas are impacting and why it's important to them. It's again, I default right back to being a Rotarian. Is it for the greater good? Does it benefit all that are involved? And I need to know the facts, the data. Numbers don't lie.
The city of Adrian, recently eliminated 4 positions to help, balance the budget for the upcoming, year. This also included, the director of recreation.
Ooh.
How do you see that we restore and increase services while not, increasing the tax burden on residents?
Well, I would like to sit down with your finance director. He seems like a nice gentleman. I would like to sit down with him and see where things got a little sidetracked, where we could potentially make hard decisions. Um, like I said, I'm a numbers person. I try to put the people first, but in the same sense, I want to keep the residents are the people as well as the person sitting in that seat. So we need to know why and how it happened before you can fix a problem, right? I, I don't know how it happened or why it happened until I look at the budget book, right? I tend to pull revenue expenditure reports about monthly because I want to make sure I'm on task, right? I don't want a sloppy budget. I'm not a sloppy budgeter. Um, but yeah, I would definitely have to address what caused it before I could make a decision on how I could fix it.
In local, in local government, tensions can sometimes arise between elected officials and city staff. What steps would you take to support and protect your staff members while maintaining a respectful relationship with the elected official?
Well, I consider myself a bulletproof vest. I grew up in the city of Pontiac, so I've been through some tough stuff. We were the second school in the state of Michigan to obtain metal detectors, if that tells you anything, back in the 90s. So I tend to shield my staff from outside negativity or confrontation. First, please address me because that's the first go-to, right? That's what your charter, I'm assuming, says. I haven't dug too deep, but my charter says that. My charter says you're the commissioners. My charter says my councils come to me. If they have an issue, I created a personnel committee to maybe address certain issues because maybe there's just something simple out there that we're not seeing. Maybe you're not seeing something because you're not internal, but that's not where you're supposed to be because you're supposed to be out there for the people. You're supposed to be out there like taking people's concerns and questions as you randomly see people, as am I, um, and trying to figure out why things are not the way that everybody sees it or the way they want to see it. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty much shield my staff from the negativity. I feel like that's my responsibility.
Adrian has experienced periods of controversy and division. How would you rebuild trust between City Hall, residents, employees, and elected officials when confidence in local government has been damaged?
Okay, I'll use my current city for example. I there was a lot of distrust in the city that I work in right now. Um I serve on a lot of boards. I'm the MCOG for Eastern Michigan Council of Governments, Economic Development for Gladwin County, Land Bank Authority, Chamber of Commerce, Beaverton Area Business Association. So I put myself out there. I converse with everybody. I'm an extrovert. I talk to all the strangers, strangest of strangers. But I build relationships. Like I said, I can't tell you a lie because I'd have to remember it, and it doesn't work that well for me. So I build trust and relationships with my community. We get things done. Like I said, I'll be out in the community with the DPW because they're short staffed, or I address the concerns when the phone call comes in, when the email comes in. I don't just say yes or no. I give an example of or an explanation because just to tell me no, I'm like, why? You remember being a child? It's like, why? Why? Well, I think of it that way. Like I want to know why. You don't just tell me no. Give me a reason. Give me data. I need informed decision making. I have to have my data. So I build relationships.
How do you evaluate and manage employee performance and hold people accountable?
So I've had to do that in my current capacity. Policies and procedures. So I cannot discipline somebody if I don't know the procedure, if I don't know the policy. What's the policy? What's the procedure? Oh, you don't have one. So we've been creating policies and procedures to hold people accountable. Um, so it's been a challenge because some people think by creating procedures they're being replaced. That's not the case. I have a small staff, and when you're not there, I have to do your job, which I'm certified treasurer, clerk, all that good stuff, right? Assessor, all of it. Do I want to do it? No, absolutely not. I've been there. I want you to do it. I want you to do it effectively and efficiently. And if you don't have the confidence to do your job, then maybe we need some training, or maybe there's a learning curve. Maybe I need to pair you up with somebody who, in their capacity, could give you that confidence, right? Sometimes, sometimes there's a shortfall of strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes certain people work best with other people to build up that confidence and produce efficient, solid work. Because in smaller municipalities where I am at, $1,000 is like $1 million in a larger one. It's a big mistake.
Thank
Mhm.
5 minutes.
You and your 5 minutes.
What do you consider to be your biggest professional accomplishment? How would you apply the skills and knowledge gained to address a specific challenge faced by the city of Adrian?
Well, let's see, my biggest accomplishment. Hmm. Should have sent me these. Well, when like I said, I came into the city with such a deficit. Well, there was two deficits. I cleared the other one, no problem. It was only 200,000. And that's a lot for a city, but either way. So I came into the city. I had to address with them the cost of management. My predecessors were not the finance directors. They were outsourcing, and I'm not speaking ill of anybody. This is all true statements. They were outsourcing accountants. So that was another $20,000 on top of their salary that the city was paying. So I've showed them the cost of management and what they've spent and what they need to look for in the next city manager. Someone who's versed in fund accounting, governmental GASB fund accounting. It's very important. And like I said, the increase in the interest rates of the bank accounts, that was a big win for me, because now I'm saving you $20,000 on a CPA, and then I'm over here, I'm saving you another 25,000, depending on, the month. My cost, I've saved you nearly $50,000, right? Because it's a small municipality. I have to be there all the time. If I have two people out of medical leave, guess who's at the front desk? But the residents know me, they trust me. I'm out in the community all the time. I show up at events, tree lighting ceremonies, farmers market. On Fridays, I show up at the farmers market and got a new structure built for them. Not everybody's happy about it because it's different. So anyways, farmers market, they love their new structure. They're thriving. I try to increase morale and promote community, community engagement. I don't expect everybody to work outside of their work hours. I do it. We own a campground. I go down to the campground. I see if they need any help. I'll jump on a lawnmower. I don't care. So my accomplishments is helping the city recover from financial distress. And I have um, contacts within Michigan Department of Treasury that have assisted with financial planners for Maynard Casterson. Um, and let's see, my college intern, paying her. She's going to graduate in 6 months debt free with her master's in public administration. And like I said, I reach out to my resources, I tap my resources, I make sure that everybody is thriving. It's my goal. Like I don't like anger and bitterness doesn't go very far in life. How's my minutes?
Yeah, so maybe a brief opportunity to wrap up and something.
Okay. Yeah, so a little bit about me. Um, so I'm managing, like I said, $30 million in grants. Um, and my typical operating budget is usually only about 3-4 million. But in the last year, I started at 5 million. I had to revise and amend the budget up to 20 million because we secured the water infrastructure funding. And then this year, my operating budget is 15 million. mainly due to infrastructure. Like I said, money in, money out. Thankfully, Eagle is super supportive of our distressed municipality. So we send them the invoices, they pay us, and as soon as it hits my bank account, it goes right out because the guidelines tell you 3 days. I'm really well versed in state and grant or state and federal grant opportunities. Like I said, I would hope if I'm not the chosen one, somebody reaches out to your economic development and EDA.gov. If you Google search City of Beaverton's water infrastructure treatment plant from the EDA.gov, you will see that we succeeded.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Got a short break or- Oh, you want me to leave this after? No, you can stay here.
So then, now that we're completed with this, are we going to begin, I'm gonna do public comment here in just a minute. But then, are we still planning at 6:30 then for the public if they want to come?
Yes. Yes.
Just checking. Okay. At this time, we're going to open it up for public comment. We're gonna start inside the city chambers first. Just to reiterate, there's a 3-minute time limit before the record, please state your name and place of residence. Once we have exhausted all comment inside the chambers, we will then open it up to the Zoom participants. We will begin now inside the chambers. Hearing the public comment, we will open it up to the Zoom participants.
I want to hear from Kool-Aid Man.
And we need just a second to make sure nobody is trying to connect over. All right, hearing no public comment, may I get a motion to adjourn? Support. All in favor, say aye. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. We will have a reception at 6:30 here at the city chambers for anybody interested in meeting the campus. Thank you.